Imagine a world where every interaction, every negotiation, every project leads to a win, not just for you, but for everyone involved. It might sound too good to be true, but this isn't some far-off fantasy. It's a powerful reality you can start creating today by embracing Habit 4, Think Win-Win. Habit 4, from Stephen Covey's groundbreaking book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, isn't just a principle, it's a game changer. At its core, Think Win-Win is about cultivating an abundance mentality where success isn't about me versus you, but about creating shared victories. And here's the most important win. This mindset doesn't just improve your professional life, it transforms it. By adopting a win-win approach, you'll experience less stress and greater balance in your work and personal life. Because when you shift from a competitive mindset to a collaborative one, you're not just reducing conflict, you're building stronger relationships, fostering trust, and creating solutions where everyone wins. This means fewer headaches, less burnout, and more time to focus on what truly matters. In the next few minutes, you'll witness 3 real-world scenarios that bring Habit 4 to life. You'll see how a marketing director turns budget constraints into a growth strategy, how a landscape project manager and landscape architect transform challenges into opportunities, and how 2 business partners build trust by focusing on mutual success. These aren't just stories, they're blueprints for how you can apply win-win thinking in your own life, driving both personal and professional success. So, why is Habit 4 so crucial? Because it's not just about winning the game, it's about changing the game entirely. When you think win-win, you start creating outcomes where everyone involved is better off. This leads to stronger relationships, more effective collaborations, and ultimately, a more fulfilling and balanced life. At the end of this video, we'll wrap up with a powerful summary of what you've learned and how you can start applying these principles today. Remember, success isn't just about what you achieve, it's about how you achieve it. Let's dive in and discover how Habit 4 can take your life to the next level. In our first scene, we'll explore Habit 4, Think Win-Win, by diving into a high-stakes business negotiation. Emma, the CFO of a tech startup, and Ryan, the CEO of a digital marketing agency, are working through the terms of a potential partnership. Watch closely as they navigate their different perspectives, striving to build a solution that benefits them both. Pay attention to how they maintain respect, trust, and a focus on long-term success rather than pushing for immediate gains.
Ryan, I've gone through the numbers again, and from a financial perspective, your agency's proposed revenue share is significantly higher than our projections. We're taking on most of the initial development cost, so this doesn't seem equitable.
I understand your concern, Emma. Our expertise in scaling digital campaigns is what will drive the majority of the sales. That's where our value really kicks in. But I'm not here to push you into a corner. Let's find a way where both our teams feel valued and motivated.
What if we structured the revenue share to start lower for your agency during the initial phase? Once we hit certain performance milestones, like reaching a specific number of active users or revenue targets, your share could increase proportionately.
Now, that's an idea I can get behind. It aligns our success directly with the project's performance. It also shows me that you're thinking about this partnership as a long term commitment, not just a quick win. How about we also include a clause that allows for regular reviews so we can adjust terms based on real world results?
I like that. It builds in accountability for both sides. We're both putting our trust in this collaboration, and this structure ensures we're both motivated to make it work.
Then let's make this official. A win for you, a win for me, and most importantly, a win for our teams and clients.
Emma and Ryan demonstrated the essence of Habit 4, Think Win-Win. They avoided the trap of competing interests and instead focused on crafting a partnership where both sides could thrive. By aligning their success with measurable outcomes, they built a foundation of trust that will serve them well in the long run. What we've learned here is that a true win-win isn't about compromise, it's about creating value for everyone involved. It's this mindset that turns good negotiations into great, enduring partnerships. In our second scenario, we explore Habit 4, Think Win-Win, through the lens of a landscaping project. Leah, a visionary landscape architect, and Alex, a detail-oriented project manager, are tasked with transforming a client's property into a sustainable and beautiful space. Watch as they navigate potential challenges and work together to ensure that their shared goals are achieved. Notice how they balance their individual expertise with the project's overall success, creating a solution where everyone, including the client, wins.
Alex, the design we've proposed relies heavily on native plants and a complex irrigation system. It's crucial for the garden to be both sustainable and low maintenance, but I'm concerned about the project timeline and some of the unexpected costs that might arise.
I agree. I've been thinking about the potential delays, especially with material deliveries and the possibility of bad weather. But rather than compromising on the design, what if we adjust the project phases? We could start with the essential hardscape elements and key plantings while setting up temporary irrigation. This would allow us to manage the timeline better without sacrificing the quality of your design.
That could work. By prioritizing the hardscape and key plantings, we'd be setting a solid foundation. We could also have bi weekly meetings to reassess progress and adapt as needed. This way, we keep the client happy with visible progress while ensuring the final outcome stays true to our vision.
Exactly. And by being flexible with the phases, we also give ourselves room to incorporate any changes the client might request as they see the project unfold. It's a win for the client, who gets a beautiful garden on time, a win for you with the integrity of your design intact, and a win for me by staying on schedule and within budget.
Let's do it. I'm confident this approach will lead to a garden we can all be proud of.
Leah and Alex have just shown us the power of Habit 4, Think Win-Win. By recognizing each other's concerns and expertise, they avoided potential conflicts and instead created a plan that served the interests of the client, the project, and their professional integrity. They didn't settle for a compromise, they crafted a solution that allowed for flexibility and excellence. In the world of project management and design, this approach leads not only to successful outcomes, but to lasting professional relationships. In our final scenario, we'll dive into Habit 4, Think Win-Win in the context of a marketing campaign negotiation. Julia, a seasoned marketing director, is faced with the challenge of creating an impactful campaign for Sam, a small business owner with a tight budget. Watch how they navigate the complexities of budget constraints and creative expectations. Notice how Julia focuses on delivering value while ensuring that Sam's business gets the exposure it needs, crafting a solution where both sides achieve their goals.
Julia, I've looked over the proposal, and while I love the ideas, the budget is a bit beyond what we can afford right now. I'm really worried about stretching too thin, but I also don't want to miss out on a strong campaign.
I understand your concern, Sam. A successful campaign is crucial for your business, especially with the competitive market you're in. Let's focus on how we can maximize your budget for the greatest impact. What if we scaled back the initial launch, focusing on a few high impact strategies, like targeted social media ads and a well placed influencer partnership? These can drive immediate engagement without the full upfront cost.
That makes sense, but I'm worried that it won't be enough to really stand out. We need something that's going to give us a competitive edge.
Here's another idea. We could design the campaign in phases. We start with the basics to generate buzz, then reinvest a portion of the profits from the initial success into expanding the campaign. This way, you're not putting all your resources in at once, but still have the potential to scale as the campaign gains traction. It's about creating momentum while managing risk.
I really like that, Julia. It's reassuring to know we can start strong without overextending, and then grow as we see results. This feels like a plan that could really work for us.
Exactly. This approach ensures that you get a campaign that's effective and scalable, and we get to see your business succeed, which is a win for both of us. Plus, we can review and adjust along the way to keep everything on track.
Julia and Sam exemplify Habit 4, Think Win-Win by turning a potential roadblock into an opportunity. Julia didn't just trim the budget, she restructured the campaign to be both cost-effective and scalable, ensuring that Sam's business could grow while staying within its means. This scenario teaches us that a win-win mindset isn't about doing less, it's about doing what matters most, in a way that benefits everyone involved. When both parties feel valued and heard, the results are not just successful, they're sustainable. As we wrap up today's journey into Habit 4, Think Win-Win, let's take a moment to reflect on what we've discovered. We've seen how a simple shift in mindset from competition to collaboration can completely transform our interactions, our relationships, and ultimately, our success. In our first scenario, we watched Emma and Ryan negotiate a business partnership by aligning their goals and finding common ground. They didn't just aim for compromise, they created a strategy where both could thrive, building trust that will serve them well into the future. Then, we saw Leah and Alex, the landscape architect and project manager, turn potential challenges into opportunities by rethinking their approach. By phasing their project and staying flexible, they ensured the project's quality while keeping it on schedule, proving that a win-win mindset isn't just idealistic, it's practical. Finally, Julia and Sam showed us how even with tight budgets and high expectations, a win-win approach can lead to creative solutions that benefit both the client and the agency. They didn't just trim costs, they found a way to grow and adapt, setting the stage for long-term success. So, what can we take away from these stories? The power of Think Win-Win lies in its ability to reshape how we view success. It's not about sacrificing your own goals for the sake of others, nor is it about winning at all costs. It's about finding paths where everyone involved can benefit, creating solutions that foster trust, collaboration, and sustainable growth. In your professional life, this mindset can reduce stress, enhance teamwork, and lead to more meaningful, productive relationships. You'll find that when you approach challenges with a win-win attitude, you're not just solving problems. You're building a reputation as someone who uplifts and empowers others. And in your personal life, this approach leads to stronger, more fulfilling relationships, better work-life balance, and a greater sense of harmony. Remember, Habit 4 isn't just a tactic, it's a way of life. It's about cultivating an abundance mentality where you see opportunities instead of obstacles and where every interaction becomes a chance to create something better together. When you start to think win-win, you'll notice the shift, less conflict, more cooperation, and a life that feels truly aligned with your values and goals. Take what you've learned today and start applying it in your next meeting, your next project, or even your next conversation. You'll be amazed at how quickly things change when you start thinking in terms of win-win. And remember, Habits in Motion is committed to helping you make those small nudges that lead to big leaps in your life. Like and share this video if you found it valuable, and let's create our first win-win together.